Yeah, part two, where they were saying that these people came in, you know what I'm saying, and all of this and that. And they say that QAnon, Sharman Jacob, or whatever his name is, Chansley, takes a plea deal for the Capitol riot crimes. He should. He's a crook. And all this was trumped up to keep in the Democrats' favor. I don't care what they say. You know what I'm saying? He takes a plea deal on that for the Capitol riot crimes. Like I said, they called out the troops. You know what I'm saying? They called out the troops. We must clear them out. All these different Luciferian groups, all the way up into the colleges. You know what I'm saying? All the way up into businesses everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Even the hospital, everywhere. You know, if they're Luciferian and running this type of garbage, we need to clear them out. You know what I'm saying? We do see, you know, that QAnon, you know what I'm saying? You know, this ain't no about we do no QAnon. You know what I'm saying? We are the people. And to keep it simple and plain. All kinds of fools joining foolish groups. You know, they look over, you know what I'm saying, once they even look to over take over, whatever. But what I'm trying to say is these who are not or whoever they are, they're probably amongst Black Lives Matter as well. You know what I'm saying? And when Black Lives Matter thing, they're gonna say, "Oh, we're just a common people up there who really can't know it was." It was all kinds of groups being paid by these people, just so they could bring the Capitol riot to a whole group and then blame Trump. That's all that was, making sure he didn't have to win in the casa. You know what I'm saying? To me, they took over when Black Lives Matter faded out. You know what I'm saying? You know. Yeah, I bet you would have Black Lives Matter. Was there Black Lives Matter up in that crowd rushing the White House? Since they were talking about Black Lives Matter, where was you up there getting a little rush on? You know what I'm saying? And to that is what seems to be, you know, going on. To me, working for the demons. You know what I'm saying? Schumer needs to be removed as well. All he was involved in all of this garbage as well with this group of people rushing the White House. Schumer needs to be removed. Nancy Pelosi too. You know what I mean? I mean Nancy Pelosi. Pelosi. You know what I'm saying? She needs to be removed as well. You know, Pelosi needs to be removed as well. That goes for the demon Democrats on Long Island. On Long Island. And we have a lot of them over here. Very, 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 you know, oof. Oh my goodness. Very wicked set of group. I'm telling you. On Long Island, they're doing a lot of shit and keeping people in these conditions. You know what I'm saying? We need to check these lawmakers. It's time for the people to get their fair share. And that's a fact. You know what I mean? So let's not play around with that. We have a lot of demon Democrats, demon craft, witchcraft, all kinds of shit right here on Long Island. You know, as well as NASA and Suffolk, we must run them out. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who is not in true interest of the people, you know what I'm saying, must be shaken up. Shaking up means that he knows, he feel like, okay, wait a minute, you know, if I don't do right, you know, my election coming up, I might lose this spot. You know what I'm saying? You know, you keep that little heat on his neck. You know what I'm saying? If he don't do right, you know what I mean? And you always keep an eye on him and check him. Just like Zabi it was coming down on Steve Ballone head. You know what I mean? Here's Mr. Tick Shot. You know what I mean? And that foolishness he was running. He's a part of the component too. He better keep quiet. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's scared of you. You know what I mean? If they're not in the interest of the people, then we gotta shake them up. We gotta shake them up. And that goes for both parties. You know, shake them up. You know, we cannot afford to be living here. We cannot afford this bullshit on. We cannot afford a lot of bullshit, especially out here on Long Island, no longer. We have a high rent skyrocketed through the roof. and nobody seems to want to do anything about it. Talking about some unemployment, well, cut it off. You know, and ain't not much money you give people. No, it's the same thing you did with the stimulus, and then talking about IRS talking about you might have to pay it back. You know what I mean? So cut it off. You know, just don't keep threatening the people when they go find a job about this and the third and the fourth. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm almost 60 years old. You know what I'm saying? How much more time I got to work till I'm dropped dead, like they like to do, while they sit up there and barely ever do anything, and even got time to go out there and get an ice cream cone, a tutti frutti. You know what I mean? You know, you have a rent problem here on Long Island that's rocketing through the roof. We have to stand up and be ready to fight for our rights here on Long Island based on the rental situation. Because if the rental situation wasn't so high, you would have more money in your pocket. You see what I'm saying? They raise the taxes and then they raise the taxes, so we have to go up on houses and we have more expensive. Yeah, and you're talking about driving human life to stand up with their luggage with their 3 kids at 7-Eleven begging for a hot cup of coffee in the winter. You're full of bullshit. Don't come with that garbage. You know what I'm saying? You need to do something about it. We even hearing calls coming in from Sahel where they're saying a lot of white people and Mexicans are now moving into the area, dominating the fact that we can pile up in houses, 10 and 20 of them in a house, and they able to keep pay only $500 and keep 1,000 and a big wallet. And when they go to the store, they got a big fat knot and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because they pile up in houses and all they're paying is $500. Well, the rest of us are paying $2,300, $2,600, and $2,800, going on to almost $3,000 or more, just for a 2-bedroom apartment. A 1-bedroom is probably the same price. You see? So we have a lot of racial garbage amongst these demon Democrats that's out here talking about they running shit on Long Island. We need to put some pressure on them about this rent and come up with a legitimate rental cap. You know what I'm saying? We cannot allow them to go up with the market every year and charge a renter who ain't gonna own the home, who don't own the home, don't own the property, don't own nothing. He's just a renter, and you can kick him out at any time. So the landlord has to take on the pressure on that side. You cannot raise the rent just because they're raising taxes. You know what I'm saying? And a school district game that they play. Meanwhile, you got the rent sky high, outpricing local people who've been here and their children can't even move out the house and become an adult and learn what it means to live on their own. We see a lot of foul garbage going on, so we need a protest to stand up on some kind of rental cap and a reasonment of rent, that when that happens, the landlord have to pay. You know, if you're going to get into the rental game, you still making money. Even if you're making money, you still making money. So the little taxes you pay ain't saying much. And if they raise it, well, that's your fault. You into a market in which is called renters. People who ain't going to own shit for your shit. But they're helping you to pay it. So don't come with that garbage. You know what I'm saying? We need a protest going right up to Crookhaven and have them do something about this rental rule. You know what I'm saying? While you talk about jobs and all of this, and then you pull this restriction stunt, and next thing you know, people are out of work, can't pay rent, and then you have the extended moratorium, and then when you drop the moratorium, these people done got caught up in the game, and they're going to be trying to run around and find a place while you let the border open, and all these people coming in need places, and they're going to suck it up because they're going to come up with 5,000, 6,000 out of 20 of them, blowing their cesspool out. You know how they do. You know, we see a lot of racial garbage going on with the even Democrats. You know what I'm saying? We see it based on that. You know, we can't afford this bullshit no longer. We have a high rent rocket, you know what I'm saying, that's blowing through the roof because of these demons. You know what I'm saying? Because of these demons, races, you know, bold, you know, while they fool off even the white people. They're paying the high rent. You know what I'm saying? In believing, you know, they are getting something, but they are not getting something when we look at the picture. If you paying this high rent, you are not getting anything that you claim it to be the glory of this land. You as even a Caucasian who come and took over here and then did this and that, you should be getting paid more than anybody else. What the fuck is you doing living in an apartment complex like this? Is my question. What did you get? Don't come with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So we have to start doing something about the rental situation. You did not get anything and you will not. Say they gave you the same sing and dance every year, you go voting the same thing and nothing really changed and you still got high prices and high taxes. And there is no way it's going down, it's always going up. They've been talking about raising it now to pay for the infrastructure plan of Biden. You know what I'm saying? Same thing they have done to the black people. A lot of white people are under those conditions and been under those. You know what I'm saying? We have got to shake them up. We've got to shake them up. No more just talk. You know, action speaks louder than words. You know what I mean? Let that be a straightening out right now in your head. Stop playing around. And I have a little statement here for my man. I told Mr. DeSantis not to play ball. But we know he's a deep stater probably. I told him not to play ball. He will lose. Now I want to see him get his popularity back up if he can. Same, because he ain't got no better popularity than me than Donald J. Trump. To be Donald J. Trump is on point, whether he's a crook or not. You know what I mean? I ain't no Trump supporter like that really, but I damn sure know that Trump keep it in. Even though he be making bullshit statements too. And saying certain things, you know what I mean? Probably a part of the game, but you know, at least the water's a little cooler. I told Mr. DeSantis, you're gonna lose. You know what I mean? Same for our new governor in New York. To me, she's sitting up there and already lying anyway. You know what I'm saying? I would call her a couple of joints. And to me, a fake one. Because she's a demon Democrat. I don't give her no credibility. You do. She got to prove it. And I don't talk about no friendship and this and that. Well, I have black friends. Yeah, prove it. Don't come with that garbage. You know what I mean? She's a lie and a fake to me. Singing the same song. You know? With her same solution. Nothing changed. Even for the teachers. You know, it seems a little over the top putting that kind of groove on them. You know what I'm saying? So we know she's singing the same song as Coleman and the rest of the demon Democrats. You know what I mean? Same thing. You know? Or not called. You know, it's the same thing. That is not called, but it's called for now. You know what I'm saying? Rather than put demands on teachers, you know what I'm saying? Come up with a sensible approach. You know what I'm saying? Here, in this matter, you just put a bang. You gonna do it. Get up. That kind of vibe. You can't be doing that. Now we ain't have no teachers and kids, ain't got nobody to learn everybody ran. Only the believers gonna stay. You know what I mean? You're putting that type of demand on the people, on the teachers. And you still saying if you got it, you still can thread it. So you're gonna get it to these teachers and then affect the students. I really don't know what game you are really playing, but it seems like a very wicked one. You know what I'm saying? And people need to start thinking more clearly and stop thinking so stupid. Looking like scaredy scat cat. You know what I mean? You know, you shouldn't put such a demand on the teacher. You should come up with a more sensible approach here. You know, we must get it out of our schools. There should be no viruses in our schools because it's a controlled environment. You know what I'm saying? Reason why school is a controlled environment. So we need to start working on that. You know, we have more control seen when it comes to a school. That must be used. That must be used. There's a school nurse there. You know what I'm saying? Hire a couple more. You know what I'm saying? There's a school nurse there. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Let's look at it from the side rather than just force. You know what I'm saying? Which and go, force that which and it will go bad. So let's look at even the temperature check game. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. Let's have a checkup. You have nurses right there. You have 3, 4 nurses. You know what I'm saying? There that can do a checkup on every teacher in that school to make sure that they are being checked up on a regular level. You know what I'm saying? You choose the days and the time. I'm not going into that, but you can have the checkup conducted by the nurses. For the nurses, time for them to earn their money. When you look at it, that earn that money. You know what I'm saying? Not just trickery games in the school around our children. That is very dangerous games they are playing. Real nursing it up. Teachers should be checked by the nurse twice a day if possible. It's gonna be a little irritating, but we are in an extreme situation in the belly of the beast. You know what I'm saying? So we have to put extreme measures based on that. So you can have them check up. You know what I'm saying? Point back on the port 3 still.